And so I'm one of those people who like, yeah, I believe in the material world, but I also accept that consciousness may actually be the only real thing
Mm.
at the end of the day. That's the one thing that it's like you're a blob of consciousness and I'm a blob of consciousness. But what is that consciousness? And it's like there, I sort of imagine there's this like pillar of energy, and it's constrained in a way to operate with a bunch of programming. Like imagine computer programming code. And then the question is how well is that code serving the person?
Mm.
And it's a very Eastern concept to say that in a lot of cases, what people need is to remove and to simplify.
Yeah.
You already know the answer. I already know the answer. Joe, who seems like an idiot and is crazy, is actually fine underneath if only he would let go of the baggage that is the script that he's holding.
Sure.
I think a lot of the polarization you're talking about is happening for two reasons. One is there are deep systemic problems, like
Yes.
there's like the international banking and like the way people have become sort of like debt slaves
Yeah. Yeah, for
in a
sure.
way that wasn't true 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Tremendous like financial inequality, all of that. For whatever reason, I think a lot of people are unhappy in their lives. They're stressed.
Mm.
There's biases like these exist. And then the other reason is that people discovered, again, because we've discovered this before in history, that they can take their personal hurts and injury and weaponize them. And it becomes, in the past, there was this reference point, and this is not my idea, but I don't remember who came up with it, that the Christian concept of sin always forced people to look inward to think, oh, there's something wrong with me, as opposed to constantly thinking there's something wrong with my opponent. But
Yeah.
when there's no, and I'm not saying we want to operate necessarily with that, there are alternatives too.
Yes.
But when we discover we can weaponize something that brings power, and it brings the sense that, oh, I can fix some of the things that are wrong. I have meaning in my life. When we live in a world that has 20 people in the tribe, automatically each of us has meaning.
Mm.
We're there, we're doing things. The tribe will suffer without us. When we live in a world of 7.5 billion people, and we're disconnected and we're in the stressful technological environment, which is very distant from our evolutionary heritage. And I'm
Yes.
talking specifically about people in the industrial, information, westernized world,
Yes.
and
Yes.
in the East as well, like Japan and just
Yeah.
huge suicide rate and so on. Um, People want meaning.
Mm.
And being on a crusade is a tremendous meaning, and
Yes.
especially for young people to feel like, am I doing something? They have energy, they have perspective that's different from their elders. They're like, I want to make my meaning count. I want my life to count.